Yes friends, as part of this session, I am going to make you guys understand about very important topic, that is actions, which is related to the worksheet. How we are going to use this one as part of the real-time system applications. Let me first make you guys understand about this topic first, and later let us go for the practicals, right? So first let us learn how it is going to work. Doing practicals is very simple. I can just go to the Tableau desktop. There I can just put worksheets and I can tell this, that. But that is not our intention. Here all our intention is to make you guys learn about a subject, so that you should be in position to develop, or you should be in position to meet the requirements of client. That is what our main intention. We must make you guys to learn a lot. Okay, now let us go for these actions. Okay, see, in this we are having three types of actions. One is the filters, and other one is the URL and highlight. What is URL? Uniform resource location, right? And what is mean by filters means, let me give the definition, guys. Still I didn't start what is meant by filters. We are going to discuss that one in detail, no need to worry. But it is one of the very beautiful concept which was implemented in all the business intelligence tools, in our business intelligence tool, which is called as Tableau. It is going to help us. It is going to act as a backbone for each and every developer. Because of that only we are going to analyze the reports. Okay, and why I circled, why I put this thing highlight in a dotted thing is, let you guys know after a while. Okay, now see what is meant by filters. Let me give the definition for this filter, but try to understand what is this what is meant by filter. Understanding this filter is very easy, but you have to understand the internal things, how it works. How many filters are there? We are having some different filters like context filtering, and other one is the data source level filtering, quick filtering, and how to share the filterings, okay, across the worksheets, how it is going to perform. Okay, these concepts are very important to us, and how we have to apply that one is very, very important. How to use that one based on the requirement, that is very important. When you can use that one, if you know the exact behavior of each and every option, so you will be in position to apply the concept perfectly. Exactness will be there. Until that, there won't be any idea in your brains to use that concept. So if there is a particular requirement, if you understand that requirement, then you will be in position to know which concept if I do apply, so that that requirement is going to get filled. Okay, let it be. You are going to get a complete idea about all these things once you finish this particular course. Okay, now let me go for these filters. Let me give the definition for this one. What is a filter? Selecting wanted data or required data. And the same meaning, how I can convey to you the same meaning, the same statement can be written as what? Restricting unwanted data, right? Here I am talking about the wanted data. That is, if I want only two guys, I am going to take only two guys. Or if I want only my girlfriend, I am going to call only that girl in a crowd. If I don't want to call all the girls, but I want to call only my girlfriend, means how I can call that one, how I can do that one. It is so simple. Try to just focus on this one. That is restricting unwanted data. It is also the same meaning, right? It is also the same meaning. Restricting. Here I talked about wanted. Now I am going to talk about unwanted. By using unwanted also, I am going to give the meaning for filters, the same meaning, but I am talking about unwanted things here. And I am restricting that unwanted things. Try to understand these things with maturity, so that these things will be very easy for you guys. Okay, now restricting unwanted or unrequired data. Okay, this is the definition, or this is the exact meaning of filters. See how this single phrase is going to work in our Tableau is very, very important. We are going to learn about this one from the scratch. No need to worry. Now, Now, what is meant by URL? It is the same thing, no need to discuss about it much. It is uniform resource location. That is, we are going to a particular file or a particular thing which is available at local disk or which is available at server. That is in real time, where we are going to put all our web pages in the server, right? So if you give the location, that is uniform resource location, then if you do click on that one, then the request will be going to the server and that page is going to get load, right? So how we can do that? By using our Tableau. It is so simple. By using the actions, one of the option, that is URL, uniform resource location. And what is this highlight? It's simple meaning, guys. You might be having doubt, what is this action, what this fellow is telling, all these things, all these things like filter, URL, these things. Let me give a brief idea in real time, okay? In RTS, let me show those things to you, how it will be. If you are from out of or non-background of, if you guys are not from computing science, let me make you guys understand about this one, what is meant by an action, okay? Let me give all those things with clear picture and with clear explanation, so that it will be very, very clear to you, okay? Now, what is this highlight means? It is so simple. We are going to highlight only particular wanted data. Guys, I'm sure that you didn't get all these things. I'm sure that if you have the prior knowledge and if you get this one, that is well and good, okay? It is up to you. Now, for the guys who didn't get this one, let me give a novice person view, so that you can be very good in it. Now, let me show those things to you. What is meant by first an action? What is meant by an action? Means an activity. Which is an activity. Guys, this is for those who didn't get this one, okay? If you get whatever I explained earlier, it is good, it is up to you, okay? But this is for guys who didn't get, okay? Try to understand these things clearly. So it is an activity. So here the activity can be different things. That is, honestly speaking, if you go for any web pages, right, there will be something like Gmail. If you do click on that one, that is, clicking is one activity, right? That is one action, right? But based on your click, one functionality is getting execute internally, right? You are getting which one? Login box or login page, right? That is called as what? One type of action. But internally, some functionality is getting execute, right? Or else, let me show to you one small example. This is for guys who didn't get. Try to bear this for 2 or 3 minutes, okay? Now you just look at over here. I'm just clicking on sample superstore English. Guys, I just placed my mouse at that particular .tds file, that is Tableau data source. Here we are seeing something caption like, what is that? Connect to sample superstore English extract. That is a type of action. Why we are seeing that comment? Because of some functionality which is working inside, right? That is what you have to recognize, and that is one type of action. Now if I do click this one, what we are going to get? We are getting some output. We are getting some response. That is called as action. For that action, we are having some functionality. We get this one. Who is internally performing that function? Our Tableau desktop is performing that thing. Now if I do select continent, what happens? See, if I double click at this continent, that is one type of action. That action is double click. Based on that particular action, we are having some functionality. That is, this continent has been dropped at, that is, it get placed at rows shelf at workspace. Now let me drag out and let me click it once again. Double click. You can just check it over here. It is an action. It is a double click action. Earlier it was single click action. And earlier if I put my mouse at continent, do I see anything over here? No. Okay, let me go for the home. If I put my cursor at sample superstore, we are seeing some caption. It is just placing action. For that we are having some functionality which is performing internally by Tableau desktop. So our actions, that is activities, can be a different thing. Based on our actions, there will be different functionalities. That is what you have to understand. That is what we are going to learn here. What is these actions? Okay, now just look over here. Yes, over here these filters, URL and highlight are what? Now try to listen. You will get clear idea. These things are functionalities. Honestly speaking, these things are functionalities. That is, placing the cursor at particular option is type of placing action. Okay, that is one of the activity. And just clicking, just single click, it is a single click activity. If I do double click, that is double click activity. Based on my activity or action, there will be some functionality which is going to work internally, and I will be expecting some output. That is called as an action. Here guys, you have to understand one thing clearly. This now I am introducing the new terminology for you guys. Filters, URL, highlight are all what? These and all the functionalities to us. These are all functionalities. Okay, functionalities or behaviors. Okay, this fellow wrote actions. Where is the actions? We are having 3 types of actions as part of what? Our Tableau desktop. Those actions are, now I am going for that one. Types of actions. That is, number 1 is hover. Number 2 is select. Guys, select means just a single click activity. That is an action. This is an activity, right? That activity can be anything. Guys, we are going from novice person point of view, that is from the scratch level. Try to understand these things. These and all very important as part of developing RTS applications, that is real time system applications. Okay, try to focus. Hover, select, and third one is menu. Okay, the same thing here. Menu means, see, these and all actions. That action or activity can be any type. Just double clicking, a single click, or placing the mouse or cursor at particular option, and after placing our mouse at particular option, if any new window is opening, there if you do single click, that is considered as one complete action. Try to understand these things. We are going to first understand technical thing perfectly. Later we are going for the practical. Practical is very simple, but you have to understand the technical things which are hidden. That is very important as part of technical perspective and technical developer. Okay, it's very important. Now what is this hover? Hover means, it is so simple guys. It is having some different behavior. It is a type of action. Based on this action, some functionalities will get executed. You are having the options. Okay, for this action or for this activity, okay, you can give any functionality. This functionality, this functionality, and this functionality. Let me give one small example to you. No need to get confused. Okay, now here there is one www.google.com. okay, try to think guys, try to think it. It is very simple for you guys to catch the point. Now we are having here a Google thing. Okay, Google, everything was here. Here there is one Gmail button. Okay, now if I place my cursor here, is that going to redirect, or is that going to navigate me to Gmail page? No, it is not going to navigate me. Why? Of course, I did one function, one activity. What is that activity? I placed my cursor at Gmail button, right? But is that giving any output to me by performing some functionality internally? No, they didn't provide that activity. They didn't associate any functionality for that activity. That is, what is that activity? Placing cursor at Gmail option. Okay, at Gmail button. Okay, it's very important. For that activity, they didn't give any functionality. They didn't associate. But here we can do that one. Based on your requirement, you can do that one. What is meant by hover, select, and menu? Let us know. But let me give the clear picture. If you understand this one, it is very simple to understand these concepts. These and all very simple. Okay. Now, but for an activity, this activity is not working here. But they have associated one of the functionality. Okay, for an activity, that is action, for which activity they have associated the functionality, for each activity among these three activities, for which activity they have associated a functionality. They have given a functionality only for a double click or single click. If I do single click here, that is also a type of action or activity, guys. Single click, it's very very important, try to focus. If I do single click, then only what happens here? Then it is true. It is going to redirect to what? Redirect to what? www.gmail.com. There will be one new page, that is login, like username, and other one is what? Password. Okay, then enter login. Okay, let it be as username and let it be as password. But this is one of the activity, that is single click. For this activity they have associated one functionality. What is that functionality is? That is, try to understand, that is select, that is single click or single select. For that activity they have associated one of the functionality. What is that functionality? Means let it be like filter. What is that filter? Let us see that one. Think that we are having Gmail, Hotmail, Redmail, many things are there. It is going to it is going to pull out, it is going to take the wanted data, that is filter. Think that they have applied filter. Honestly speaking, this is not working internally. Guys who are from technical background, don't worry, but to make you guys understand about this topic, I have taken that one, but try to understand this thing in a overview. Okay, it is very helpful to you. Now it is going to give this thing, Gmail thing to us. That is, internally some functionality has been happened and it is giving output. What is that output? This entire thing is one output, right? This entire thing is one output, that is Gmail page, right? So the same concept we are using as part of our Tableau desktop. Okay, that is very very important. Now what is these actions, what is these functionalities or behaviors which have been provided by the Tableau desktop accordingly to the user or to the developer to use according to his requirement, is very very important for you guys to understand. Try to focus, guys, it's very very important. Okay, now I think you get this one, right? It is a Gmail. If I place my cursor over at Gmail button, it is not going to give any output based on some functionalities. But what is my action? Placing cursor at Gmail, that is one action, right? Think that one of the action. Hover means what? Select means what? Menu means what? I will tell you. Okay, don't worry. Hover means it is so simple, guys. If you place your cursor, there should be some functionality running internally and it should give some output to you. Okay, I will tell these things, don't worry, but understand this one. Placing the cursor at Gmail is also one of the activity, right? If you are a lazy person, think that I am a lazy person, I am a dummy fellow. Okay, I don't want to click even this Gmail. If I place my cursor over Gmail, it should prompt me, that is it should execute some functionality internally and it should give the Gmail page to me, so that I want to log into my Gmail account, I want to access some data. Okay, now but for that action they didn't associate any functionality. That is their that is their wish, right? They can associate a functionality for that activity, but they didn't associate. Okay, but they have associated some functionality for an activity single click, right? What is that? Some let us take that behavior is what? That functionality is like filter. So if I do perform single click activity or action over at Gmail, it is going to give this thing some output to me. That is, it is performing some internal actions or behaviors or functionalities and it is giving me output. That is what? An action thing. And here this and all some types of actions and this and all some types of behaviors or functionalities which we are going to use as part of our Tableau desktop. Okay, I think you guys are you guys get it, right? Now let us go for the actual concept. It's very very important, guys. You must put your brains here with maturity, then only you can get all these things. Okay, now what is hover means? If you just place your cursor over an option, then if you place cursor over an option, right, internally some functionality must get execute and it should give the output. Internally some functionality should get execute. Okay, if some functionality is getting execute means it is going to give some output to us. If you place cursor over an option internally, then internally some functionality will get execute to give output. To give output. Guys, why I am writing this statement is try to understand this statement. If you understand this functionality, then remaining two, this particular action, then remaining two actions are very simple. Execute to give some output. It's very, very important, guys. If you place cursor over an option, then internally some functionality, that functionality can be anything of these three, guys. Of these three will get execute. You can associate. It is your wish. That is, it is our wish. Being as a developer, we can take it because such behavior or such options are given by Tableau to us. Now some functionalities will get execute to give some output. That output is what we are going to achieve. Let us see that one in great detail further. No need to worry. So now what we are going to do, what we are going to do for the next is, what is meant by this select. Select is so simple, guys. What is here? Single click. If you do single click over an option, the same thing, guys. If you do single click activity over an option, then internally some functionality will get execute to give some output. It's very, very important. Try to understand this one. If you do single click action over an option, then internally some functionality will get execute to give some output to you. That is what select one. Now what is this menu? Guys, don't worry. What is these things we are going to see in detail as part of the practical. If you didn't get all these things technically, no problem. But try to understand, try to analyze the subject. It's very, very important to you. If you analyze the subject from the scratch, so tomorrow you will be in position to develop your own reports according to the client's requirement, because you have to be very good in all the functionalities of a particular option and also their activities behaviors. Now what is meant by menu? Menu is same, guys. It is exactly same as select, but it is going to prompt you some window, that is some pop-up window. Honestly speaking, a tool tip. What is a tool tip? At the time of discussion in my previous sessions, I have given a very good explanation about this tool tip at naming conventions. If you didn't get this one, try to brush that thing once so that it will be very clear to you. Now menu means before you do single click option, it is going to prompt you, do you want to go for that one? That is first a tool tip will be prompting to us to do single click activity. What is the single click activity? All these things we are going to show in detail. No need to worry, but try to understand the subject technically. That is what I want to stress a lot. Try to observe, focus a lot. Now this and all the activities, what is meant by hover? Simply try to put in your mind. That is, if I place my cursor over a particular option, it is going to perform some internal functionality and it is going to give some output to me. That is what I have I have written over here. Now what is my select? If you do directly select some option, that is single click activity, for that activity some functionality will get executed internally and it is going to give some output to us. That is, functionality is going to get execute internally. What is that functionality means? These functionalities. It's very, very important. Now we are going to discuss about this also after a while. No need to worry. And what is this menu means? Before we do single click option, there will be one tool tip to us prompting us to go. If you are willing to do single click activity, you can do it. If you don't want, you can just ignore that one. That is what is select one. That is select activity of this worksheet actions. It's very, very important, guys. Now what is this honestly speaking, these and all filters, URL highlights are what? These and all some of the functionalities. This is what I have written over here. Try to remember this one, guys. Okay. And whenever I do, practical things, this will be something different, but try to understand the exact behaviors. This is very, very important to us. Now, let me go and talk about which one? Filter one. Honestly speaking, what is a filter? Selecting wanted required data means what? Let me take Scott, Tiger and Smith. Okay, Smart, Tiger and Smith. Let it be their EMP ID as and e names. Okay, EMP ID. Scott EMP ID as 101, 99 and 100. Now I want to select only a particular employee who is having EMP ID as 99. What is that one? Meaning that I am taking my wanted data. It is like a filtering. That is, if the guys who are worst fellows, I am just selecting them. Try to understand this one. If the guys who are worst, who are having very good brain but they are not using their brains as part of the subject, means I am going to select only those guys, not the guys who are doing hard work. Okay, try to understand this one. That is filtering. That is based on your requirement, you are going to take the wanted data. That is what the filtering one. Okay.